Hi everybody, it's Kathy over at Inside the Crafter Studio, and I wanted to show you an update on my Filofax. I've been getting a lot of requests about or questions about my monthly tabs, and I wanted to show you what they were exactly. They are from Franklin Covey. Um, Try to get a little closer here for you so you can see. They obviously have the months on them. Now the thing about Franklin Covey is they are a little bit bigger. They are about four, I believe the original size of the Franklin Covey is 4 1/4 or 4 1/2. Don't quote me on it. Anyway, it's just too big. And I trim it down, and just to show you exactly where the trimming, the holes would actually fall under, it doesn't interfere with it too much. It does cut into your Wednesday and your Thursdays. So thankfully for me, I actually don't do much midweek. My job usually is eventful on the weekends. So I'm just going to show you a quick, you know, um, walkthrough of the months. So this is actually a compact size, and the collection is called Her Point of View. And you could get this at Frank& Covey, and I was able to purchase it July 2013 to June 2014. Here's a trick. When I purchased it, it was obviously all of the remaining of the year and then the half of next year on this side up here. I don't like my tabs to be kind of disorganized, so I just took all the new ones and put it in the front. So this is all 2014 and this is 2013. So what I also did was kind of helpful for me was, if you can see how it's stacked up, I put my diary inserts in between each tab because I find it more helpful for me when I need to look for an event. Let's say I need to find something that's going on in September. I can just go right to my September tab, flip through it, and then I have my September diaries right after it. So I find it quite easy for me because instead of having all my diaries on one side or my dailies on one or my weeklies, whatever you decide to use, I'm using weeklies. Instead of having all of my weeklies all in one tab and then having my monthlies all in the beginning, I just use them as dividers. So that's just a little tip, and I hope that helps you because it actually is very helpful for me. And then I also were getting a lot of recommendations on how my thing is set up in my calendar. So for my monthlies, if you can see, I don't really have any appointment stuff. Very rarely I do. Let's see if I can try to zoom in. Very rarely I do, and that's usually meetings because I need to know when my two meetings are for the month, for my department meeting. So I do write that down. Other than that, everything is pretty much all day events, if that makes any sense to you. It's kind of events that occur all day, or dates that, my employment has concerts and things like that. So that's pretty much how I do it. And I do like to highlight my paydays, so it helps me with my financing. I used to put my financing on this side, but now I just kind of keep that kind of empty. Um, Instead of highlighting all boxes, I just pretty much draw a little shadow around them to show when I'm on vacation, or things like that. So that's kind of how I use my monthly. And I don't like to put too much stickers and things like that on it. I probably will eventually add some stuff on there, but I like to keep it pretty simple because I do use this a lot with clients when they're looking up dates for when they're in the office with me or in my office and they want to look up certain dates, and I don't really want to have too much stuff on there to distract the guest or even myself from planning. So that's that. And then, as you know, I was selling some dashboards online and at my Paper Dash Addict store, and it just went crazy. I mean, it sold out in less than 3 hours. So I'm very grateful for everybody, and I'm sorry if you didn't get any. I will be ordering. I ordered about 180 more, or actually 60 more, and I'll be cutting that up as soon as I get back from vacation. So just a little plug in there. Um, I do punch again. If you can see, I do punch the holes and I do cut them so that way they have the little slits in them. So I can just put these anywhere I want in my book. That's very helpful for me because I do move them a lot around, or if I am over it and I don't want to see any more, I just leave that in there. This one's permanently in there, not permanently, but you know what I mean. It's not. It's kind of in there as a permanent dashboard for the week. But I do like these because I do have constant reminders on there. And again, this is the medium size. I know some people were concerned about the sizes. I use the medium. I don't really use the full because it covers up my whole week, and it just it just kind of I like the little gap there because I could still see, and as you can see the clear, you can still see some stuff going on, so you know what's a weekly and what is a planning page and what is a filler page. So this is pretty much a filler page. So real quick, and I also wanted to show you my update for this week. So I hope I don't have any pertinent information on there, but if I do, I'll just try to block it off. So this is my week 29, which is my week 27 for my project life. As you can see, I have the washies on here. This is a little decorative washi just to have some color. But I do have washi on here, and again, this is back to my color coding. Let me see if I could find that for you. Here it is. So my color coding is right here. It's in my notes or info section. I am still keeping with the color coding, so it works for me. And a lot of people have said, thank you so much. It has worked for me as well. I'm so glad because, again, this is much easier for me to look right away and see what is what. I also incorporated highlighting into it as an actual markers. So I'll have, for example, I'll have um, a pink highlighting, which is my crafting stuff. So I do still highlight with a pen because I know the washi tape is very time consuming because you have to actually individually rip each one off and then write on there. But this is, again, this is all permanent information. Everything else, I still use a pen. I have to because, you don't have a roll of washi in your purse. Well, I mean, I do, but but not everybody just has like a bunch of washi in their purse and permanent marker on them at all times. So I still do write in my Filofax. I mean, I always write in my Filofax. That's why you have a Philo. You write in it, and people just get too concerned and too distracted with the, oh, I have to make it perfect. This is planning. I have a lived-in planner, if you know what that means. I live in my planner. It's broken in, it's lived in, there's mistakes, there's changes, there's arrows, there's crossing off, I live in my Philo. So what I do is I use a red marker for deductions. So, all my financing comes off in red or in green, as in the light green for my bills. So I do use that. And then I also use, like, for example, something that is weekly or something that's going on for the week I write that in this corner. So, for example, the Mercury retrograde has been going on for the past 2 weeks. So I just write in there Mercury retrograde because I don't want to write Mercury retrograde, Mercury retrograde, Mercury retrograde, or whatever. You can write it up here. But again, I don't really like to have too much information up top. I like to keep it pretty simple up there because all my planning is down here. I usually like to decorate up there. I have some decorations, but I don't really like to put too much stuff up here. So that's kind of what I do with my weekly stuff. And again, I use my friction pen just to fill in anything else that I need to fill in during my time. And that's pretty much it. So that's how my planning system is so far. So I'm going to keep this short, and if you have any questions, just let me know. Thanks, guys.